Hello everybody who can join me on this beautiful walk. Look at that covered bridge in the background. Isn't that pretty? This is a beautiful walking trail. It goes many places. We're going to go about 3 or 4 miles today, depending on how much Jackson can handle. I just wanted to talk about why we negative self-talk. I went to a great training on Saturday, and it amazed me how many people, all the trainers that talked, everybody talked like every 30 minutes all day, 9 to 5. And these are women who at the top of their company, of our company, these are women that are making more in a month than I made as a teacher, okay, in a year. And yet, they each talked about how they had times of not feeling worthy, not feeling they can do it. Who are they to, to be a CEO of a company? Who are they to tell people how to do makeup and stuff? And as I've been walking, I've been thinking that it really wasn't that long ago that I would have said, I cannot walk like this, that I couldn't go on a trail, or I couldn't go hiking. Before I started Unique, if someone would have told me that I would have been doing lives, I would have said they were crazy. If they would have told me I would have done lives with no makeup on, I would have told them, there's no way I wouldn't do that for $1 million. And so, why do we negative self-talk and yet think it's funny, or people laugh if I say do a mantra, tell yourself every morning, I am strong, I am beautiful, I can do anything. And people laugh at that, like, what does that do? It really can do a lot, because we tell our minds all of the time, I can't do that, I could never do that, I'm so silly, I suck at this, oh my gosh, I could never do that, oh, I'm worthless, oh, I'm such a jerk. I have talked to people this week that have done stuff, and then they've asked me a question, and when I tell them, and they go, oh gosh, I feel like such a fool, I'm so sorry, I hope I didn't bother you. Why do we do that to ourselves? Negative self-talk. Your words affect your actions. If you are constantly telling yourself, I cannot do this, then you can't. You need to change it around. Whatever it is, if you're out there and you're saying, I'm no good at this, change it around. I'm learning to be good at this. Now, this is not something that, I'm 57 years old. It has taken me a long time to learn this and to realize that I have set limits on myself. Most of the limits that you have in your life, you have set it on yourself. There's nobody to blame but you. You are setting limits on yourself by saying, I could never do it. I have been doing things really since I turned 50. And I think it was because I had this mindset at 50 that, hell, I'm 50, whatever. You can't tell me anything. And I should have had it before. And I don't want people to wait. Because at 50, I felt like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I want to. And guess what? You can. You can do whatever you want to. And you got to there's always going to be haters. There are haters. Jesus had haters. Nobody knows haters more than Jesus. So how can you think that you wouldn't have haters? You just have to bless and release them. You just have to say, if you're being hateful like that, if you're being mean, if you're judging me, it's their problem. It's not yours. Stop putting limits on whatever it is that you want to do. I never exercised my whole life. Now I'm like, if I don't exercise an hour a day, I'm freaking out. Okay? Never thought I could walk to the mailbox and back, much less walk 3-4 miles today. And this is uphill and downhill stuff, which we don't have in Louisiana, and that is definitely a difference. I can feel the difference. By the way, it's like 77 and cool here, which is really nice. It was like 90 when we first got here, but the last couple of days it's been beautiful. Not looking forward to going back to the heat of Louisiana this week. But it just made me realize, it's like there are people, whoever it is that you admire. If you know someone you admire, it might be a movie star, it might be a football player, I don't care. Tom Brady, who's the best of all time football player, he doubts himself sometimes. He might say bad things to himself. Stop saying those things in your mind. I'm learning it myself, okay? Part of my business is I will be more successful, I believe, if I talk to people. But my mom and my sister and my brother, I feel like they can talk to anybody. They can talk to strangers. And see, I'm talking to strangers. Hi, y'all, have a good day. And it never was me. Like, I would clam up, And so last night we went to the American Idol concert, which was fantastic. And this lady started talking to me, and I talked to her a little while. But then I kind of clammed up. And then my husband started talking about RVing to the guy. And oh my goodness, they were talking. They were having the best conversation. And so when we were leaving, I was like, man, I really should have talked to her more. I probably could have given her my card. And I didn't. And I said, God, I suck at talking to strangers. And then I was like, you know what? Scratch that. I am getting so much better at talking to strangers. And my husband said, Lisa, you really are. At first you wouldn't even said anything. He goes, but you actually were asking her questions and talking to her. So instead of telling yourself that you cannot do something, even if you're not where you want to be, you need to tell yourself that you can do it, that you are getting better at it. Just turn it around. One of the speakers that talked to us on Saturday, she was talking about something that happened in high school, okay? And she's maybe in her 30s right now, maybe 40s, I don't know. I think 30s. And she's at the top of her company. And she was on the cross-country team. And she actually was crying thinking about this, about how she was in a race, and what happened was some people that were ahead of her went the wrong way on the course, and it made her be first. And instead of saying, wow, I might win this race, she said, I kept thinking, I'm not supposed to win this race. I'm not good enough. I'm only about, I should be 5th or 6th. And she said, even though I had such a head start, the people that went the wrong way came back and beat me. And then she said later she was in a race, and she got up to this woman, and the same thing in her mind. She was thinking, how can I be up with this woman? I know she's a good racer. And she said, the woman turned around and said, you got this. I don't think you can beat me. And she won the race. And she said, there was no difference in my ability in either of those races. The difference was in her mindset and support and someone telling her you can do it. Stop it. Stop telling yourself you can't do something. Whatever it is that you are out there thinking you can't do, I guarantee you can do it. I guarantee you. You just have to keep telling yourself. And if you're a mom and you're raising children, another thing a girl said, she says every day she makes her child, before she gets out and goes to school, to say, I am strong, I am capable, I am beautiful, I can do anything. And she said the first couple of days they were like, why are you making us do this? And she goes, now she's 4 years old and she is just like saying that, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am capable, and have a good day, Mom. You gotta speak it. You have to speak light and hope to yourself and stop the negative self-talk. Please do it. Not for me. Not for me. Do it for you. Because life is short. And you can do anything. Just stop putting limits on yourself. All right. I hope you enjoyed this little walk. I'll have a fantastic Monday. That's my Monday message for today.